Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. This is the Rock and Roll Spot coming at you today with my thoughts on the most recent HeroClix release, Marvel HeroClix Deadpool, inspired by the recently quite popularized Marvel character known as Deadpool, as shown here on one of his versions from the set. Now, first off, this is the first set in the last few years to actually have a 60-figure set size, which is quite unheard of lately, having gone over recent sets for the last few years. Most of them top out at about 55 or so. I'm actually quite happy about that. Good job, WizKids. Next, another thing I was very pleased with was the character selection. A lot of obscure characters who most likely would not have seen the light of Click's day without a set such as Deadpool with his broad relations to various characters. Also, some fun new mechanics and fun use of existing mechanics. For new mechanics, we have, for example, the speech bubble, as shown on this Deadpool figure here. The speech bubbles come with Deadpool-related characters and can be removed or put back on as needed. Also, another removable concept were the spider bots for the Spider-Man, which actually have a power on the character card related to them. Now, as much as I do enjoy these, I do have an issue with the fact that some of these, the notches on some of these, are a bit oddly placed, looking at various gameplay necessities a bit difficult. But other than that, well done. Also, the use of the HeroClix mechanic, which is usually deals with team-based figures, such as this right here from last year. It's a team base of the X-Men Blue Strike team, and each of these figures can be removed and then put on their dial, or put back on here. The majority of the HeroClix figures in the set actually do go on one of two, or in the case, well, three kind of the chase figures, but one of three different team dials, either from the recent Avengers versus X-Men event. Those being Avengers or X-Men. The chase figures, which were zombies of Marvel villains, also have apparently an upcoming team dial. Though when that will be released, I'm not entirely sure. I presume with the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy set. However, the most interesting use of the HeroClix mechanic was for a character not for a team base. That is the longtime Daredevil villainess, Typhoid Mary, as seen here. Typhoid Mary is known for having multiple personalities, and that does not exactly make her easy to convey in a game such as this. However, with HeroClix, we now have a means of switching her from one personality, Typhoid, to another, Bloody. And simple as that, voila, new figure. Both dials are packaged together with the figure, making that a load off the mind of players looking forward to using her. And I honestly think that figure is probably the most interestingly designed characters in a very long time. Now, not all my thoughts are positive. I mentioned some irritation with the notches on these. Also, it kind of seemed like some of these were put on backwards, but that's the way they were sculpted, apparently. Figure distribution in the actual boosters. Up until, well, for me with this current set, when pulling a chase figure, one would not pull a rare, sadly. But when pulling a super rare, one would still pull a rare. However, that was reversed with this set, and I honestly, I think it would be best if you had a rare guaranteed every booster period. If you get a super rare or a chase figure as well, that's great. Also, and this is just a gripe I've had for the last few sets, quite honestly, quite possibly maybe a few too many generics are being utilized in the sets. It really just makes it a little tough to make a good swarm. That being said, seriously, WizKids did a good job with Deadpool. Made some fun figures like Deadpool with, yes, Thor's hammer. Scary, isn't it? Yes, there are some. If HeroClix is something you're not that into, sorry. If you enjoy comics and miniature games, however, hey, I actually recommend it, especially if you can find a group playing in your area. Most comic book shops probably have a means of putting players in touch with one another. All that being said, that's all I got for today. Live long, rock hard.